I'm 82 years old, and only now can I see clearly what I should have protected. Strange how vision works. My eyes are weaker than they've ever been, but my memory has sharpened into something exact and unforgiving. Manager, I'm not telling this because I think it will make anything right. At my age, you stop confusing understanding with repair. I'm telling it because the truth has been waiting longer than I have. At most days, I sit by the window and watch the street. People move quickly. They're always on their way to something. I remember when that was me. I remember thinking movement meant purpose. Bane time doesn't feel fast anymore. It feels thin, like there isn't much left between moments. You notice that when the body slows and the noise falls away. And when you're young, you think protection means guarding what you own. Your job, your reputation, your plans. I did that well, too well. I protected the wrong things with a seriousness that cost me the right ones. Man, I didn't see it then. I thought I was being responsible. I thought I was doing what adults were supposed to do. Man, I grew up in a world that rewarded endurance. You stayed upright. You didn't complain. You didn't let emotions interfere with duty. That wasn't cruelty. It was how people survived. So I learned early how to keep things contained, how to focus on what could be measured. Hours worked, bills paid, problems solved. Those things felt solid, reliable. In my 20s, I chose stability over curiosity. That choice didn't feel like a loss. It felt like maturity. I told myself I could explore later when the ground felt firmer beneath my feet. Later became a habit. A band in my 30s and 40s, life filled up quickly. Work demanded attention. People depended on me. I became someone others described as dependable, even strong. I liked that. It felt like protection. Maine's at home, I was present in the ways that could be counted. I came back each night. I fixed things when they broke. I thought that was enough. What I didn't protect was the space where tenderness lives. I didn't protect time, not real time, the kind that isn't interrupted by clocks or obligations. I let that slip away without noticing. I didn't protect conversations, the ones that start awkwardly and require patience, the ones that don't resolve neatly. I avoided those, thinking I was preventing conflict. I didn't protect my own attention. I gave it to tasks and worries and future plans, assuming there would always be more of it later. When I told myself relationships were sturdy, that they could survive neglect as long as there was no outright harm. Outright harm. I didn't understand how erosion works. The slow cost of these choices didn't announce itself. It accumulated quietly. A missed dinner here, a conversation postponed there, a look that lingered a second longer than it should have because something needed to be said and wasn't. I noticed these things. I just didn't stop. I protected my composure, my sense of control. I believed that keeping everything orderly was an act of care. It wasn't. Man, there were people in my life who asked for less than I could have given. Not more time. Exactly. More presence. More willingness to be affected. I heard those requests and told myself I'd get to them when things calmed down. When things never calm down on their own. The turning point didn't come with a dramatic event. It came with a loss that was ordinary in its timing and devastating in its finality. Someone I loved became ill. Not suddenly, slowly enough that denial had room to breathe. We adjusted routines. We worked around it. We kept going. I told myself I was being strong by staying focused on logistics, appointments, medications, practicalities. I thought emotions could wait. Blam. One afternoon, sitting beside them, I realized how little I had actually said over the years, how many feelings I had kept protected behind usefulness. They looked at me and said, "You're always taking care of things." It wasn't praise, it was an observation, and it landed heavily. They died before I figured out how to respond. Benches. That's when clarity arrived, not all at once, in waves, each one removing another excuse. Then I saw then that protection isn't about control. It's about care, and care requires exposure. It asks you to risk being changed by what you're protecting. I had protected myself from that. What can't be fixed now is not the loss itself. Loss happens whether you're prepared or not. What can't be fixed is the absence I created while believing I was doing the right thing. Bandy, I can't go back and protect the moments that needed guarding. The quiet mornings, the unstructured evenings, the fragile conversations that could have deepened into something lasting. Time doesn't make space for revision. Benny, in the years since, I've lived with a strange mix of gratitude and sorrow. Gratitude for the life I had, sorrow for how much of it I kept at arm's length, where loneliness and old age isn't just about being alone. It's about remembering how many chances you had to build something warmer and choosing efficiency instead. Bandy, people talk about legacy as if it's something you leave behind deliberately. I don't think it works that way. Legacy is what remains when the noise fades. It's how you made people feel when there was nothing to gain. Blamid, I spent too much time protecting outcomes and not enough time protecting connection. Dan, if you're listening to this, I don't want to tell you what to do. I wouldn't trust advice that sounds certain anyway. I only know what I wish I had understood sooner. Blant, the things that matter most are fragile. They don't defend themselves. They don't demand attention loudly. They wait quietly and diminish when ignored. You don't protect them by managing them. You protect them by being there when it's inconvenient. By listening when there's nothing to fix. By letting yourself be interrupted. I thought success would take care of the rest. It didn't. Now, at 82, my world is smaller, my days are simpler, I move carefully, I speak more slowly. There's less room for pretense. I protect different things now. I protect quiet. I protect honesty, even when it's uncomfortable. I protect small moments of connection, however brief they are. It doesn't undo the past. It just makes the present feel less hollow. Band, if this meant something to you, you don't need to act on it immediately. Just notice what you're guarding fiercely and what you're leaving exposed. I protected the wrong things for a long time. I understand that now, and with the little time I have left, I'm finally trying to protect what should have mattered all along.